Welcome, everybody. I am so glad that you were able to join today, and I'm looking forward to giving you the opportunity to show you how Lexria works. So, first things first, what are you looking at on your screen right now? So, what you see here is Lexria's registration page. How Lexria works is you will tell a client, hey, we use Lexria. You'll send them a link. They'll be brought to a page that looks like this, except it will have your firm name right up here. They'll set up their account. Now, everything you see in Lexria today, including this page, can be done on a cell phone, can be done on an iPad, a laptop, a desktop, whatever device people have. And in fact, about 90% of our traffic does come in over mobile. So most people do end up completing this on their phone, which I know is especially useful because a lot of bankruptcy clients don't actually have laptops or desktop computers or printers or anything like that. So it's nice that everything you see can be done on mobile. So let's get started now. We'll just enter some basic information to make sure we can actually set up our account here. Get started. The first thing you'll notice as well here is a screen with some basic information about bankruptcy. And you're probably wondering, well, why do you put this in here? Well, the reason we do that is because it actually increases completion rates by about 20%. Not only does Lexria collect things like pay stubs and bank statements for you, but our goal is also to get people to complete their documents faster because we know how long some people take. And so we want to make that as fast as possible. This text here actually helps improve completion rates by about 20%. So there's a good reason why it's there, but if someone's ready to go, they can always skip that as well. They'll be brought to a screen that looks like this. We've tried to design the tool so that it looks very, very similar to any sort of leading online tax prep type tool, but not everyone's done their taxes online or done something similar. So we always give folks a walkthrough, explain that they can do any section in any order. So if they want to start just putting their name in on their phone on the ride home, they can do that, or they can get started with everything all at once. Totally up to them. Importantly to point out as well is that Lexria handles all of your tech support. So don't worry that you're going to have to learn how to give tech support for your clients or deal with calls from clients who don't understand how Lexria works. We handle all that for you. We have a chat team on for most of the day. And when I say day, I mean 24-hour period, probably about 18 hours a day. We have people able to respond within minutes, but we always get back to people as soon as possible, even if it's the middle of the night. We are also able to accommodate folks who, let's say, they want to screen share, they want to email us for support. The only thing support-wise that we aren't able to do, of course, are legal questions, which we'll refer back to you guys and the law firms. So let's get into probably my favorite section of the whole tool, and that is how you can pull pay stubs automatically. Yes, automatically on mobile, even cooler. So someone in the household has employment income, which, let's face it, most of your clients probably will. They can come here, enter the name of the company they work for. Someone big like Amazon can put that in, and they'll be able to pull it automatically. You can also do this even for gig economy names, though, that aren't, your traditional job, so to speak. You can still pull the information for the system. So both Uber or Uber Corporate. So Uber would be for the drivers, but even for Instacart, you can do both corporate, in-store shoppers. You might be thinking, okay, that's kind of cool. These are some big companies, but what about somebody who works at the local shop or somebody who works in a small town? Surely they're not going to be in the system. Well, Lexria is actually able to pull pay stubs for about 60% of the country's workforce. And the reason we're able to do this is if an employer uses a third-party payroll system, think like an ADP or Paychex or someone like that, we are able to integrate and pull their pay stubs automatically. So to give you an example here, we'll just sort of pull up a random plumbing company. I guess we'll do them. Put in the job. Say, yep, let's pull this automatically. Okay. And the best part about this as well is that most folks aren't going to know their payroll login, right? A company like Amazon might make people learn it, but a small company, you give someone your checking account number, money shows up, that's that. You don't really think about what's my ADP login. So you can press that button here. You'll be logged in. It will take care of the rest. And then we can pull 7 months of payroll as our default. And we do that just because sort of, we don't want you to have to go back and pull them again. But if you do need to, all someone has to do is log in again and they can pull a new batch of pay stubs automatically within seconds on mobile, which I think is pretty cool. Now, if somebody, for whatever reason, doesn't want to put in that information automatically, they can do it manually. And we do ask about their other income sources as well, which they would just proceed to add manually. So that's a pretty cool section, if you ask me. Another one of the sections that I think is particularly useful, helpful, and also very cool is being able to automatically pull a lot of financial account information. Think checking accounts, brokerage accounts, HSAs, whatever it might be. If the institution has online banking, there's a very, very high chance that we're able to pull that information automatically. So rather than talk about it, how would I show you? So log in here. So all of the national banks that you would expect in a system like this are there, but even credit unions will be in here. If there's a local institution in your area that you're wondering if it's going to be in here, simply send us a message after this, and we are happy to look it up for you and get you an answer. But really, any financial institution with online banking, we will have. And so we can pull those last 6 months of statements and transaction history and all that good stuff that you may need with the click of a button. We can even pull from non-banks, if they're using an alternative financial services provider like a PayPal, like a Venmo, which we see very commonly these days. We got it. If they're going broke because they're trading stocks all day long, we can pull that information for you. If they decided to bet on Bitcoin and it didn't go so well for them, we can also pull that type of information as well for wide variety of folks in here. And some liabilities can even be pulled through here as well. So let's say someone has both a mortgage, a credit card, and a checking account at Bank of America. Well, we're going to be able to pull all that information into the system, which just helps add that extra layer to credit reports by getting the sort of fresh live information directly from the bank, rather than the potentially stale data that's reported to the credit bureaus. So a lot of cool things you can do here. You can even sometimes pull like Schedule J expenses or items that you wouldn't think of as a financial institution, so your wireless bill or utility bills. Not as many options for the non-financial institutions, but still very cool that you can pull things automatically. And the best part about that too is that if there's any type of delay in filing, you need to come back and do something later, it's a question of pressing a button, and I'll actually show you what that looks like. You press this re-import button, and a lot of these providers were able to maintain an ongoing link, so people don't even have to press that re-import button to pull in their statements again. One thing that's really important to remember as well, anything you see us do sort of automatically can also be done manually if people really want. But most people are going to prefer to do it automatically if they can. But if they're privacy conscious or it's not available automatically, we'll always take down the information manually as well. One of the last key pieces of automation I really want to make sure we go over is just what we can do for real estate. So a lot of folks may own their own home, and especially if they're going through a 13, they're probably going to want to keep that home. So we're able to pull information about residential properties automatically. Most people aren't going to know the exact date they purchased the property. I can tell you I don't know the exact date I purchased my home. I certainly don't remember how much I purchased it for. But we're able to pull that information in automatically for you. So if that looks roughly correct, you can say, yep. And even better, not only do we provide a fair value assessment from Zillow here using this estimate, we do also give you the county tax assessed value in the final report. So you can use whichever one is allowable and more favorable for your client in your area. We'll give you both. We always ask clients these types of questions as well, mainly because you may have said one thing to them, they may have said one thing to you, but they've changed their mind, they don't understand the advice you gave them. We don't want you to have to go back and forth explaining differences between 7s and 13s forever. So we just want to make sure folks can give you the information. As well, a common theme you'll see throughout the tool is just some basic clarifying language for folks so that they don't have to try and figure things out on their own. Just say yes for now. One thing we do for every asset, which includes those financial accounts you could pull automatically, we always ask about co-ownership. And if you've entered a spouse information in the About You section above, we're going to ask you if your spouse is the co-owner. Because we haven't done that, we're just going to add that information here manually now. Put in a generic address here. And as you can see, the default is 50-50 splits, but it's easy for folks to drag if it's 2/3, 3/4. They can enter custom amounts here. If there's an in-law on the title or something funky, they can add even more co-owners down here. They're also able to clarify, oh, no, I'm the sole owner. People make mistakes. So we want to make sure the tool is as easy as possible for people to figure out how to go back, so to speak, if they do make the mistake. We don't want them guessing what back buttons and save buttons mean. We want to try and make everything as self-explanatory as possible. That's our goal. I'll just quickly run you through all the sections that we do gather. We do gather all the information that you would need to be able to get them prepared and filed. Sort of like maybe if you have a traditional checklist, go through a lot of those types of questions with them, in addition to gathering those documents as well. Ask them about all these different types of assets here. And you'll notice in the tool, it will indicate to folks what's in progress, what's not started. And if you have completed something, it will show up as green and complete. So it's very easy for folks to come back and to see what still needs to be done. As I said before, we do also push people to make sure they get things done. So that's part of our job. And if they have questions, comments, concerns, we're here over chat to help them. Just pop that up there. Just so everyone knows, we do pull credit reports as well through Lexria, so folks will go there. They'll be prompted to enter that information for you, and we do pull a triple bureau report as part of Lexria. That also comes into pricing, as well as all these other liabilities that you see here. Just to show you how expenses work, we break it down for folks to a really granular level, so they're not asking a lot of questions about, what this expense or that expense means. Learn more if they need extra information there. If they have it, yep, I do. I spend $45. I need it. And then if they wish, they can add documentation. A lot of times folks will say no if it's a relatively normal expense, but if it seems high or they're just very organized, they can always drop that in. Last section to point out is the SOFA type questions here, or at least a lot of the questions you might see on the SOFA. Are they filing jointly? We automatically pull prior bankruptcies. We do ask folks to upload their tax returns. While we don't do it automatically, our team is constantly going after folks to get them to upload it. So we do push to get it done quickly. And some of those other questions that you might need as well down there. What I will point out now is just what the final report of all this lovely stuff looks like. So in addition to that triple bureau credit report you get from us, you will also get a report that looks like this, lists the table of contents for all the important information. And then importantly, we always tell you where information is coming from. So if something was pulled from a bank directly, if something was pulled from an employer directly, you're going to know. If it's user reported, you're also going to know. And you can use that information when you're ultimately making decisions about filing, but it will come in this nice report here. There will also be an integration live with Jubilee made by the folks at Legal Pro very shortly. If you have questions about that, please do let us know. Another thing I'll point out about the reports is we do like to indicate when something was opened recently or if a balance seems really high, and we have some error messages built into the tool as well to try and catch any obvious errors. Of course, we're not perfect, but we do try our best. What I'll do now is I'm going to log out of this, and I'm just going to quickly show all of you lovely folks what the law firm side of things looks like. So you're probably thinking, yeah, that's kind of cool, but how exactly do I interact with the system? What happens after I send somebody a link? Well, I'm about to show you what happens. So you send the folks a link, and you can monitor their progress down here. So say John example, he's begun, but he's kind of taken a while. I'm just curious to see where John is, because ideally I'd like to get the filing in Friday, and it's Wednesday now, or whatever the case may be. You can always press this button here. It's going to take you into John's filing area. and you can see exactly where John is. And let's say you're on the phone with John for some reason, you can actually fill in sections for John as well. So you have unlimited flexibility there. You can do what you need to do to get John done, or you can just take a peek, see where he's at. And you can always reach out to us if there's a specific person you're wondering about, and our support team is also able to assist. So you're able to log in as a user there. You're able to see how many people are in the system, see their status. As well, we do some very limited review at Lexria just to try and make sure the documents people have uploaded are what they say they are, like a tax return is a tax return. We're not checking if it's accurate, we're not checking the details, but we do want to make sure the package we give you is complete. This button here is how you'll download the package. You'll get that report I showed you, as well as the other documents you need, like the pay stubs and the bank statements and the credit report, all in one neat file. Down here, you'll have the links you send to customers. We have a pre-screening tool as well. Just send us a message if you want to see that in action. We can send you this link. But this is the link that your customers will use. That's what I was just showing off. As well, we allow you to have an unlimited number of users for your firm, and you can even create your own users in the firm once your account's set up. So as many people as you like, go for it, because we only charge on completions. So the question you might have now is, how much does this cost? Which is an excellent question. The answer is it's $99 per completion, and that includes the cost of credit reports. That includes complimentary unlimited usage of the pre-screener. As well, it's also going to be the same price for a single person or a couple that's filing jointly. So $99 per completion, includes credit reports, couples filing together, singles, same price, no recurring, no minimums, nothing like that. Just that straight $99 per completion. If you are like a really, really, really large filer, let us know. We might be able to work out a custom pricing solution. But generally, most firms are very happy with just paying $99 and only paying $99 if the complete file is done. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please reach out to us. Please let us know. It was a pleasure to show everyone the tool today, and I'd be more than happy to answer questions that anyone has. Thanks, everyone.